Hey guys, welcome to the Silver Report. Here we are. It's Friday, March 17th, 2017, and what we are seeing taking place is that George Soros has decided he's going to fight back. That when the United States senators step up and they say we need investigations into the millions of dollars being laundered out of the United States government and given to this individual, George Soros, what we've seen, George Soros' quote, "The stronger together." He's urging Americans to fight back against Trump hate. And we know that this has been the money and the backing behind all of these resistance groups, behind all of these so-called organic grassroots resistance campaigns. So amid the numerous nations openly investigating his actions, who's also wanted for war crimes, billionaire, philanthropist, and all-around good guy George Soros, he penned another op-ed to explain why President Trump is evil for upholding basic immigration laws, and why his hate speak must not be tolerated. So this was from the New York Times, authored by George Soros. President Trump has wasted no time in cracking down immigration. He pledged to build a wall, hire 15,000 new immigration and customs enforcement and border patrol agents, speedily deport millions of undocumented immigrants. He justified these actions by claiming that immigrants regularly flout the rule of law and pose a threat. In his first speech to Congress, he directed the Department of Homeland Security to create a new office, Victims of Immigration Crime Engagement, or VOICE, dedicated to helping victims of crimes perpetrated by removable aliens. And so he went on, "I'm an immigrant and an American citizen, and as a philanthropist, I've supported migrants all over the world for more than 30 years. And this coming from George Soros, the king of globalization, of New World Order, of all of the money and backing designed to bring all of the world under one central authority and break down borders and sovereign governments. So, of course, he's going to come out and speak in support of migrants all over the world. He said, based on my experience and the facts, the president's approach to immigrants is just wrong, and a new round of court injunctions against Mr. Trump's latest proposal travel ban on people from 6 Muslim-majority countries suggest many in federal judiciary agree. It does nothing to make America safer while whipping up emotions against immigrants that have translated into an alarming surge in hate incidents all across our nation. My heart goes out to the victims of violence, whatever the source. But in the name of protecting the population from a relatively minor source of concern, he is branding all immigrants as criminal." Now I want to pause right there and draw something from this writing from Mr. Soros. And now he deemed it a relatively minor source of concern. And I want to draw your attention for just one moment. What about the NSA spying program? What about it's now the NSA Freedom Act? What about the TSA that wants to do pat-downs on everybody trying to travel in the airports? What about the new laws implemented at P.O. boxes where they now need your social security number and you no longer can have a private mailbox? What about what you can ship? What you can travel? What about the no-fly zone lists? What about gun regulations for people put onto a list deemed by the president to be a terrorist? What about listening to our phone calls, our text messages, our emails? What about this? And again, a relatively minor source of concern? What is going on where we go to a world that because of a threat of terrorism, we need to bring into these draconian laws to control every move and action of the United States citizens, reshape the definition of terrorist, and now they call it a very minor source of concern because it's never what it was about. It's never what it was about. What is up with all this federal funding for militarized police and reshaping America as we've known it, and attacks on the Constitution one after another? Contrary to Mr. Trump's claims, he goes on, immigrants commit significantly less crime than native-born citizens. This has been born out of a study after study using a wide range of methodologies dating back decades. According to the nonpartisan American Immigration Council, the percentage of the population that is foreign-born grew to 13.1% from 7.9% between 1990 and 2013. FBI data shows the violent crime rate dropped 48% during that time and today remains near historic lows. But targeting immigrants and minorities with false and prejudicial rhetoric, as Mr. Trump has done during the campaign in early weeks of his presidency, has spurred a surge of hate acts against him. And let's get to the meat. He said, as hate incidents surged after the election last fall, I announced a $10 million investment to provide legal and social services to victims of hate crimes, to encourage local organizations across the country to do the same, and to propose improvements and new ideas. This week, we opened our hate incident database to monitor the scope and depth of hate incidents across the country. Having survived the Nazi persecution of Jews in Hungary, I escaped from Soviet occupation at age 17 and made my way first to Britain, then to America. This is not the America that attracted me. I've seen the damage done when society succumbed to the fear of other, and I will do all I can to help preserve the openness, inclusiveness, and diversity that represents our greatest strength. Demonizing immigrants weakens our country. Fighting against hate crimes makes us grow stronger together. And we already know, George Soros, it's just nice to see you chime in, because you've been working behind the scenes with all of these different groups, all of these resistance groups, all of this money, millions of dollars. And you know what? It's not even all your money. Spend your own, because this money comes from the taxpayers of the United States. Not our votes, but our money being used to control policy in this country. Thank you guys all for joining me here on the Silver Report. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe, like the videos, share the videos, get the word out. We have to wake the people up. I thank you guys so much for stopping by. As always, stay safe.